Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm DFX. This is Project Closet Purge Part 6. Now, I don't know where to start today, but join me as I start to begin to work through some of these boxes, sort out what I want to keep and whatnot. Yeah, I got a couple ideas. I'm going to break down some of the boxes and we'll go from there. But yeah, this is kind of where I'm at for today. So let's get into it. Okay, really quick before we get into it. I've kind of hit a wall on this. I was really, I guess, overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I have pulled out of this one closet. So yeah, I'm kind of working through some interesting, I don't know, feelings. It's not that anything's wrong or anything. It just felt like I've got this overwhelmed feeling going on in my insides right now. I'm sure I can get through this. But yeah, it's caused a lot of anxiety for some reason. And I don't know why, but let's just work with me, guys. If I see anything cool along the way, I'll show it to you. But yeah, I think today I'm just gonna focus on separating stuff I want to keep, and then stuff that I know that's definitely going to be thrown away. Yeah, this is just kind of took me off a little overwhelmedness after I posted my video last week, part 5 of this. Guys, go out there, watch the previous chapters of this adventure. Appreciate the hits and the looking of them. But yeah, let's get going here. See what we can do for today. Okay, guys, as I've continued to dig through this and kind of weeded through some stuff, came across some more Star Trek toys that I know I had, but I went through and did kind of a flattening of all my different Star Trek Playmates toys boxes. I'll go into more and show you some of the artwork off those boxes here in a minute. But yeah, so coming across some stuff. I have a phaser. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I just put fresh batteries in it just to see if they still worked. And they do, so I'm really happy. This is, look here. They just call it a phaser. I'll show you the box here. But yeah, here it is. And this is from Star Trek The Next Generation. But yeah, really happy I came across that. But like I said, check out the box art like on some of these toys. I'm keeping the boxes because it has an actual collector's number on it, so that's cool. But yeah, found this 2 different kinds of type modes. So yeah, really cool. Also came across a different kind of phaser that I even forgot I had. But it's a Type 1 phaser from Star Trek The Next Generation, done by Playmate Toys, of course. And yeah, here it is. Here's the fancy box art. Really cool. Like I said, I'm keeping the box art for all my toys. But here's what this one sounds like. That's cool, and that's one mode. Must be self-destruct mode if it overheats or whatever. But also really cool. So continuing on here, I came across another Playmates Enterprise D toy that I got when they put out Star Trek Generations back in 1994. This one was really cool because it not only does it have sounds and a cool display stand, but it also has, since the Enterprise D exploded in Star Trek Generations, it also has blow apart battle damage. So that flies open. See, it's got, that's and does that. I got that side, and then this one totally flies off. And then there's the battle damage for the ship. Really cool. Also, it has several sounds from the movie itself. Do this one. So that was the red alert as it's getting ready to go down or crash on Viridian 3. And then photon torpedoes that they're firing at the attacking Klingon vessel. And then this one. So yeah. So as promised now, I'm going to show you some of the box art from some of my Star Trek The Next Generation, Star Trek in general, Playmate toys that came out back, gosh, 20, 30 years ago now. Let me show you those really quick here. So starting things off, really cool. And all these are collector series. Right out of, this was from Star Trek First Contact. I have the phaser over in my Star Trek collection room, but that's really cool. I've already showed you this Type 1 phaser box. And they always called this the Type 2 phaser back when when I got the phaser. I was like, yeah, cool. It's the Type 2, a little bigger than the Type 1. Also have classic Star Trek phaser. Very cool on there. And there's, make sure I get the collector's numbers in case anything happens to this stuff. Then of course the classic communicator box. I meant to show you the back side of these as well. Let me back up here and do a couple of those really quick as well. Really cool. And just tells you what it does and a little history of what it is. But yeah, pretty cool. And continuing on, to wrap up all the other miscellaneous gear, Star Trek toy gear. I also have the tricorder. But I kept the price tags on these too. So back in the day, this would have cost you $10 at Walmart. Of course, that's all doubled in stuff now in size or in price and whatnot. Okay, moving on. Here's all the stack of the Playmate ships that I've collected. Here's the Generations one that I just showed you. But yeah, here's that one. I'll flip it over too. And it comes with the display stand. I don't have all the figures. I mean, I do have the engineering playset as well. But yeah, so yeah, this was, and at the time this was really cool because this I think was one of the first ones they did that had a display stand with it. Okay, here's the Borg Cube vessel. I'll zoom in on the collector's number. So yeah, this also came with a display stand as well. It's got the Borg logo on it and whatnot. Really cool. I'll flip that one over and show you the reverse side. But yeah, I have all these out of the box because I actually enjoyed playing with the ships back then. Up next here is the shuttlecraft Gadar. We'll get the collector's number on that. Yeah, this would, in my last video when I showed you some of the action figures, these were actually scaled for those action figures. Flip this here. But yeah, it came with a little cargo thing, and there's a little message about the vehicle itself, other accessories, which I have, like I showed you the phaser already. Up next, I do have a Romulan Warbird and its collector's number. Yeah, it was really cool back in the day because Playmates would always throw that collector's number on there and show you how many were produced and made. So that was really cool. And there's the back for the Warbird. And it also has sounds and stuff. Moving on. Up next, I've got the Klingon attack cruiser. Another next generation item. Kind of a higher collector's number on that one. But it also has sounds and stuff from the show. And it lights up. And there's that. Moving on, I've got the Star Trek The Next Generation Enterprise B, which was featured in the first, I want to say 20 minutes of Star Trek Generations. Its collector's number is right there. I'll flip it over. This also had a display stand, which I'm not going to attach because I just got all that stuff in the other room. In my toy box, I have a toy box and whatnot that I'm keeping the ships in. But it lights up as well and has sound effects from the movie too. Probably one of the first ships I got in the Playmates line here was the Enterprise D, and it had light up sound effects and whatnot as well. But yeah, collector's number, where is it? Right there. But yeah, probably one of the first ships that I got when they Playmates started putting out toys, ship toys. And here's the back. Had all the different sounds and whatnot. And what you cannot do Star Trek without the transporter. And this was kind of a different kind of toy. You could actually make your action figure disappear with the help of some built-in mirrors for the thing, and it had the sound effects and the transporter effects as whatnot. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's the collector's number as well. But yeah, it was like they had a little door on the back of it where you stick your figure in the peg hole, and then you do the controls, and it would have the actual sounds of the transporter, and your figure would disappear. One of the cooler toys from the Playmates line. And really quick here, have another next Star Trek Generations movie tie-in product, and it was the engineering set. That, and it's got a number here of collecting of right there. Like I said, these are all done by Playmate Toys. Like I said, this did come out in 1994. This particular toy right here. I know because that's the year I graduated. So, really cool. And finally, and this was really cool as well because not only was it the engineering set, it also connected to probably the coolest of all my Star Trek The Next Generation Playmate toys. And like I said, this came out before the engineering playset, and this actually connected to, they have little connector bits that would connect, and see that door right there? You could open that and it would go right onto the engineering playset. So really cool bit of history of the box art for these Playmate toys. Flip this over so you can see it here. But yeah, probably one of my biggest prized possessions of my Next Generation collection, aside from the autographs themselves. But yeah, so there's the box arts for those. So with any big project you do, always make sure to take a break. So I had to finally break down and go get some lunch. Went and picked up some pizza. Gonna get rehydrated with some water here. And as a reminder, go out there, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Click that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I have a video pop up. But all right, once I get this pizza down, let's get on with some sorting. So last week, I showed you guys this big roll of posters that I've collected over the years. Well, I'm going to show you some of those right now. So starting off, I have a classic poster from when Terminator Salvation came out. This is the full screen ones they put in movie theaters. So started, and the crazy thing is I have not even seen this Terminator, but it's very cool. Yeah, let's continue. So this next one, I'm really shocked. It is the very first Ghost Rider poster. I cut the lights in here because there's such a reflection, but I think you guys get the point here. But wow, didn't realize I'd have an original Ghost Rider poster. Okay, next up, I have another promotional picture for, or poster for one of the WWE pay-per-views. Not sure what year this was, but yeah, it's when they brought back DX, when Hunter and Sean brought back DX. Very cool. I also have an original Underworld poster with Kate Beckinsale. Up next, I have a Christian Bale Bat Night Begins poster. All the posters I'm showing you are 27 by 40 in case you're interested. And if you are interested in any of these posters, leave a comment below. I might sell these on my eBay page once I get that up and going. Up next, I've got a original Get Smart poster starring Steve Carell and Anne Hathaway. It's a movie I've never seen, but I heard about. I've also got an original one sheet of the Speed Racer movie. Another movie that I haven't seen, but it is on my bucket list of movies to watch. Also, I did have an opportunity back in April when I went out to California in the Peterson Automotive Museum. They actually had the replica car from the movie. So go check that video out. I'll leave a link below. But yeah, go check that out. Let's continue on. So another cool one that I come across. I had this hanging up long ago in my apartment back in the day. It is an actual one sheet of the original X-Men movie. And it was always cool because it came out back in 2003. And finally wrapping up all my 24 by 70 movie sheet posters, I have the Spider-Man, I think this is Spider-Man 2 poster that had starred Tobey Maguire. And if you look right there, there's Doc Ock in his eye. Really cool pieces. So let's move on here. I've got a few more things to kind of pick up here, and I'll show you what I've accomplished for today. Okay, walking into the room here. Looks like I've gained a little bit today. I've moved a lot of the other stuff, which I'll show you here in a minute, over to the other room because that's stuff I'm keeping. But let's swing over to the closet here. That big black bag there, that's my sleeping bag. But yeah, let's look at, and as you can see, there's all my broke down boxes and whatnot for my Star Trek toys, and a couple other little boxes I'm keeping. That red lid tote, that is air mattresses. But yeah, so it's coming along right here. Now, as I walk into my Star Trek room, which you guys have seen in previous episodes of this series, there's the boxes of all the stuff so far that I'm keeping or is going to go up on my eBay page once I get that up and running. But yeah. And as for that exact date on when that eBay page is going to be up and running, is up in the air right now. There's going to be, I'm going to have to get through that other room and what's remaining in there, and then we'll go from there, and I'll get my friend over and she can help me get stuff up on an eBay page. So if you guys want to buy some of this stuff, especially those posters that I just showed you today, some of those might be kind of cool to have if you're a big retro movie fan. But yeah, but guys, thanks for joining me today. And as always, live long and prosper. Thanks for watching.